With that, I'd like to invite our next presenter, Mr. Nitin Garwane. He's from Energy Web Foundation. And Energy Web Foundation launched the Energy Web Chain, the world's first open source enterprise blockchain platform tailored in the energy sector. Energy Web Foundation's technology roadmap has since grown to include the Energy Web decentralized open system. And we request Nitin to please introduce us to the EW DOS and also share some use cases with us. I'd like to add that India Smart Grid Forum is the ambassador for Energy Web Foundation in India. Okay. So it was announced 2 days back, and we are very proud, and we are looking forward to working together on promoting blockchains in India with Energy Web Foundation. Thank you, Nitin.
Great. Thank you, Reena. Good afternoon, everyone. It's really great to be here and talk about Energy Web Foundation and how we can leverage blockchain and decentralized technologies to solve some key problems in the new emerging energy solutions. So brief background on EWF. So Energy Web Foundation is a non-profit organization based in Switzerland. We were started by Rocky Mountain Institute and Grid Singularity. So we launched EWF to accelerate the grid decarbonization by bringing open source decentralized technologies to the new energy system. Our mission is to develop and deploy decentralized digital operating system for the energy sector in support of low carbon energy future. We solve this problem by giving grid operators and global energy companies a digital, decentralized way of running energy markets. So if you look at the 20th century models, they are really centralized, very rigid, and they have got this top-down mechanism for registration, integration and operation of a small number of fossil fuel assets, while what this emerging grid architecture needs is a decentralized, flexible mechanism for bottom-up management of a large number of customer and utility-owned low-carbon assets. So to date, we have assembled almost 100 plus market participants around the world focusing on this topic. Some of these are big corporates like Shell, some transmission system operator, distribution system operator in Europe and across the world. There are startups and some OEMs, vendors, part of the consortium. We have some financial organization as part of our consortium. So last year we launched this Energy Web Chain. It's world's first public chain focused on the energy transition. The network or the chain is operated by a community of nearly 30 validators. It's really developer friendly because it's based on the Ethereum platform. It's really scalable and energy efficient because the consensus mechanism which is used is based on proof of authority. So going back to EWF's role in the context of global transition, so as all of us know that electricity and transportation are the two largest sources of carbon emissions globally. We have almost 10 years to decarbonize these sectors and avoid worst impact of climate change. So EWF's contribution to this fight is focused on avoiding this build out of new thermal power plants and forcing the earlier retirement of existing ones. So enterprises via this renewable energy purchasing and governments via policy making are doing their part. What EWF is trying to do is accelerate these actors via frameworks like Origin for environmental attributes tracking and trading them, However, the combination of decommissioning these thermal plants and replacing them with the renewable is forcing these grid operators to quickly find new sources of flexibility for the electricity grid. And this is where we started focusing on like generating grid flexibility via decentralized open source infrastructure. So this will allow for millions of DRs to become part of the electricity grid and its market. So since we started, we almost identified more than 100 plus use cases. Broadly, we can categorize these use cases in some distributive platform for P2P, transactive energy, and all. And the other category is process improvement. But then at the end, we realized that there are only 2 identified areas or application domains where it really makes sense to use decentralized technology, and it can unlock the most value. So the first framework is, which we have developed, is for the environmental attributes tracking. It's called as Origin. The other framework which I have developed is called as Flex for increasing grid flexibility. So I'll briefly talk about this later. So this is really high-level overview of Energy Web's decentralized operating system. So there are 2 major components. So the first is the Energy Web core. It consists of the actual chain and like things like abstraction layer. And so we have spent really a lot of time on creating these frameworks for decentralized identifiers. These are based on W3C specification for self-sovereign identities. And basically these toolkits, they use these on-chain identities to attach different attributes about the market participants or assets. And then they can register themselves into different registries. And these registries can be consumed by the applications like Origin and Flex. So just to get more into the decentralized identifier and registries part, so it's not only about generating a key pair. So technically speaking, it's not only about generating these key pairs and assigning digital identity, but you need to assign or associate some kind of attributes to these digital identities, get these attributes verified from certain authorities, and make them verifiable claim, which could be presented by these market participants to participate into different energy markets. So once these identities, they have these verified claims around their identities, they can self-register into different electricity markets according to local or regional or global rules and regulations, which are registered into the different kind of registries. So moving forward, as I earlier mentioned, Origin is our framework, which is for environmental attributes tracking. This is being used by several companies in Thailand. PTT is using this for creating a national level marketplace for tracking environmental attributes. We closely work with IREC for environmental attributes certification. So to get into the Origin framework, it's all about creating these digital identities for assets and market participants. And so I will quickly move on to the other framework which we have is around flexibility. So it involves different phases like pre-qualification of these assets and market participants, where you want to make sure that certain assets are eligible to participate into different energy markets. And once they are eligible, you can create offer lifecycle based on different energy products and schedule this offer for activation based on the kind of energy product you have. So the activation is all around coordinating the control signal for activating the flexibility. and measurement and verification is all about measuring the deliver flexibility and associated settlement. So though you see the middle part as it's off-chain, but and you might feel like it's not leveraging blockchain, but it's underpinned by blockchain for different things like making sure certain asset is eligible to provide flexibility for different energy markets. In the activation part, you really want to make sure that the activation signal for activating the flexibility, they're coming from right sources. And for measurement, you really want to store the actual measurement data on some distributed storage and its fingerprint on the blockchain. So just to conclude, we believe that driving the evolution of decentralized technology stack, decentralization of energy is driven by market forces, regulation, and customer adoption of renewables and DRs, but not by only blockchain. In the new energy system, individual customers should own and control their own identities. To facilitate value creation between these identities, we will need multiple decentralized technologies and multiple blockchains. To create value in this environment, digital infrastructure must be decentralized, open source, and easily accessible. Decentralized solutions in the energy sector must be regulatory compliant. So with this, I would like to conclude my talk. Thank you very much.